As you may or may not know, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is finally getting his EZA. Very well deserved, in my opinion. Now, the one thing we cannot do as a community is underestimate and doubt this guy, because he already puts up insanely damaging numbers, but unfortunately, there are a lot of flaws in his design. Flaws that we will expose, tell you guys why they're flaws, and show you a few of my theories on how we can actually improve this unit. But before we even hop into my theories, I want to hear your theories. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below right now what you want to see this unit do. How do you want to see this unit change? What should they give him, right? What should they take away specifically, right? So let's hop straight into this. As you guys know, when it comes to, now that Goten and Trunks are a thing, I think it was pretty obvious that Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks was going to get his EZA, the next 120 lead. But I think that his EZA could actually cater to not only this unit, but the new Prodigious Warriors category, right? So just keep that in mind first for some of these builds that I have here. But anyways, when 120s get their EZAs, you guys already know that their leader skill, their main leader skill, I should say, goes from key 3 and 120 to key 3 and 130. And their secondary leader skill goes from key 1 and 50% to all stats to key 3 and 90% to all stats, alright? This guy does have 3 different super attack effects, which is what makes this guy super unique. And the fact that he has 3 different super attack effects makes me believe that when this guy gets his EZA, one of them is going to be just jump insanely in power, right? So his 9 to 10 key, causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. That can change to great lowers attack and defense, or massively lowers attack and defense. Why not, right? His 11 key, which is his strongest, massively raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage to enemy. Change that to massively raises attack and defense, and you're looking at a very, very strong unit, right? As long as you get the 11 key, of course. And his 12 key causes immense damage to enemy and raises attack for 1 turn. This should be cause immense damage to enemy and raise attack and defense by like 30% for like 3 turns or something. I think that'd be very, very good, okay? Now his passive skill, attack plus 120% at the start of turn, plus an additional attack plus 60%, and defense minus 30% for 7 turns from the start of turn. So this guy, as you guys can see, is very, very powerful. He still is. He can do a lot of damage, especially when he's, has type advantage. But his one biggest issue is not only does he not have defense from his passive, but he actually loses the defense he doesn't even have, which makes him very, very, very weak, very mid defensively, right? So he was always a unit that traded a lot of power for the lack of defense. So his EZA needs to legitimately change that, all right? And with that being said, let's hop into my first EZA idea for this guy. So the super attack, I'm not gonna mess with super attacks. I already told you what I would like to see from that. But for his passive, all right, key plus 2 and defense plus 120% at the start of turn. This gives him a little bit of key and fixes the issue of defense. Him getting 120% defense at the start of turn makes him very, very strong defensively, especially if any of these super attack effects will allow him to raise his own defense, all right? Attack plus 120% when performing a super attack. Remember, this is an out of turn buff, so okay, the 120% is still the same, but since this guy gets it on super attack, it's actually a lot stronger than just 120% at the start of turn. Keep in mind his super attack will jump up to 15, which is going to make him hit a lot harder already, okay? Plus an additional attack plus 60% for 7 turns after receiving an attack once only, and then defense plus 60% starting from the 8th turn. So the reason why I really like this design that I made is simply because he's going to be good in short and long-term events. What do I mean by that? Him getting defense plus 120% again makes him very, very solid defensively. Him getting attack plus 120% on super attack makes him hit harder. A unit does not need attack at the start of turn. Units need attack when super attacking. Units need defense at the start of turn. That's the best way to build these types of units, right? Now, for the first 7 turns, which are pretty much short events, getting an additional 60% attack is going to be huge, all right? It's going to be monstrous for the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. But in long events, as events get harder, you want to start prioritizing defense, which is why this guy gets defense plus 60% on top of the already 120%. And hopefully he starts raising defense from one of his super attack effects, and you're going to look at a unit who still hits hard because it's on super attack, but gets 180% defense, which is going to be, again, very, very powerful. So let me know what you guys think about this idea. This is more of like a balanced type unit, a unit who's made for both short and long events, which is exactly what we need in this game. The next idea is more of a support ability and still somewhat balanced. So this guy gets attack and defense plus 130% at the start of turn. So he still hits, he's gonna hit just a little bit harder, just 10% harder, but he still gets 130% defense, which is still very, very strong. Now, key plus 3, attack plus 70%, and defense minus 20% for 7 turns from the start of turn. Now, again, I'm not going to lie to you, I am not a fan of him losing defense here, but him losing defense when he has no defense to begin with is infinitely 100 times worse than him losing defense on top of him already having defense. So the fact that he loses defense just for a little bit is not the biggest deal because he already has 130% defense to play with. You see what I'm saying? But if you take away something from someone who doesn't even have it, like, that's just, you're not only you're down bad, but you're just down worse, right? So I don't really, you know, agree with that. But him losing defense here is not the worst thing. We've seen with EZAs that, for example, Super Saiyan 3 Broly, they didn't take away that a really annoying ability of him losing defense, but they made it smaller, which is what's important, right? And top giving him defense too. So this guy gives Prodigious Warriors category allies key 3 and defense plus 50%. Yes, defense plus 50%. Can you imagine how monumental that'll be for this unit, who gets defense on super attack, so he's weak at the start of turn. But if you have this guy on rotation, this guy's getting not only key 3, but 50% defense. They do share a good amount of links, so that's why I didn't give this guy attack as like an attack part of that support ability. I also, if you guys notice, not only gave a little bit of key, because this unit could struggle. This unit could struggle with a little bit of key, just could. But that's why I ended up giving a little bit of key as well to the support ability, as well as giving himself key, because Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, I wouldn't say he needs key, but he could definitely struggle with key depending on the team that you are running, right? So let me know what you guys think about this specific idea. He's balanced here. He's going to hit harder, he's going to defend better, and he is going to be supporting the new Prodigious Warriors team, which I do think needs really solid support, right? The next idea is going to be more of a selfish power build-up type of unit that which we've seen in the past in Dokkan, right? So this guy gets attack plus 120% at the start of turn, literally just the same, right? He gets key plus 1 up to 3, and defense plus 20% up to 120% with each attack performed. So keep in mind that he needs to continue performing attacks. You want to give this guy additionals. Not only that though, he will be weak defensively for the first few turns, because remember, units who build up defense at the start of turn, or units who build up defense when they super attack, don't have defense at the start of turn, unless they do, right? For example, AGL Rose, very, very strong EZA, but he builds defense. I think every time he gets hit, yeah, he builds defense, which makes him take a lot of damage initially, but he starts to tank very, very well once he's built up completely. This guy launches an additional attack, which is guaranteed, with a medium chance of becoming a super attack. The reason why I gave him this ability is so that he can build up defense a lot faster. If he's getting an additional attack guaranteed, he's going to be building up 40% defense from his passive, guaranteed. And if you give him additionals, he could get up to 3 attacks, which means all he needs is 2 turns to build up his defense 100%. And the fact that his additional attack has a chance of becoming an additional super attack will make this guy hit harder, which is why I didn't give him an attack buff here, okay? Plus an additional attack and defense plus 60% when there is another Prodigious Warriors category ally on the rotation, not on the team, but on the rotation. So if we take a quick look at the Prodigious Warriors, it's very, very safe to say you're gonna run this guy on the team. Safe to say you're gonna run this guy on the team. You want to run a lot of the Gotens and Trunkses that are going to be on this category, like this guy right here, like this Gotenk. So you can definitely easily get that ability off, okay? And again, it's an additional 60% to both attack and defense, all right? Now, my last potential build for this guy, which again, it's this one I think is going to be the strongest one for sure, all right? So here we go. This Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks gets 150% to attack initially, which is going to be monstrous. Because remember, he's still getting buffs from his super attack. Then he gets an additional attack and defense plus 50% when performing a super attack. You know what that means? That means that he's like a combination of the other EZAs I just mentioned. Not only is he super strong at the beginning here, but he's also getting attack on super attack, which is going to make him hit tremendous. Like, oh, I couldn't even imagine the attacks out of this guy. Like 6, 7, 8 million, right? While getting defense on. He doesn't get defense at the start of turn, but he does get defense on super attack, right? Key +1 up to 5, and defense plus 10% up to 50% with each prodigious warriors category ally on the team, which means you want to run this guy on the prodigious warriors team, specifically because you need him to be the best he can defensively. All right. Also, an additional defense plus 50% and medium chance to dodge when 4 links, or when 4 of this unit's links are active. Why did I do that, you're asking? Well, guess who shares 4 links with this guy? Oh, I don't know, someone like Goten and Trunks, right? They share the Innocence, which is attack plus 15%. They share Budding Warrior, which is another attack plus 15%. They share Super Saiyan, which is another attack plus 15%. Is this all 50%? Yeah, and then Prepare for Battle, which is 2 key, attack and defense plus 5%. So, in total, they share 50% attack from their passive. Right? Not from the passive, sorry, from their links. So that's exactly why, if we go back to this idea here, I didn't give him an additional attack buff anywhere except for on super attack, because he already shares 50% attack from links with this guy. And again, if you want to have an additional 50% defense, like this guy is strong defensively. He is very strong defensively, but it's situational, right? You have to have him on the team that he needs to be on. So if you have him on Prodigious Warriors team next to this guy or next to anyone that's giving him 4 links, he's going to literally be at 100% defense, all right? But also getting an additional 50% on super attack, which is very, very, very strong. So let me know what you guys think about this idea specifically. These are all my ideas. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, they just need to give this guy defense, right? That's all they really need to do. Just give this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenk some form of defense at the start of the turn and take away this annoying ability of just lowering. Like, why would you take away your own defense? If they're not going to take this away, at least increase this and minimize this 20, 15, 10%, and make this 70, 80, 90%. Again, no one's going to be upset if this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenk is not only the best EZA in the game, but it's going to be hitting 8, 9, 10 million attack sets. Okay, he deserves to have respect put on him. All right, if you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.